Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. In this video, we're gonna continue working on part 3 of this house build. Let's get started. So in the last video, we were able to add in furniture, and then also we added the main door, and then we added the floor and the stairs. Here we're gonna continue working on this. So in this video, we're going to add in the kitchen. So what I usually do before I start creating a kitchen is I add a section. So here I'm gonna click the section, and from below going above I'm gonna click that. I make sure that this is facing on this side. You can also flip it if you do the other way around. So it's very easy to flip. So with this view, you'll be able to drag this. So this is the view range that you can do. So here, I'm just going to leave it like that over this wall. And then what we could do is we could create the kitchen by using extrusion. It will be under architecture down here and model in place. This will be generic model. So generic model. And then let's create the base first with an extrusion. And we're basically setting it to the level 1, which is the work plane. I'm going to use rectangle, and I'm going to just click it like that. And with that, I could select this line, and from here it will change it. So 650. We can maximize the space with this, or we could just leave it like that because there will be the fridge right here. Or let's leave a little bit more for pantry. So here, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna click finish, and here change the material. Let's change this to something wood. So let's use ash, apply, and then OK. And for the extrusion, we want it to be around 900. Let's not click finish yet because we could create another one. If we look at it at 3D, it's basically right there. Now go back to level 1, click create, and another extrusion. Here, let's change the material to stone. So here, let's use this, apply, and then OK. And let's just copy this one because it's easy to extrude it from the 3D later on, because we're going to create the cabinetry doors. So right now, let's use that. Here, we need to start it from 900 and then all the way to 925. So 25 millimeters is equal to around 1 inch. And then click apply and click finish. Once you do that, if you can see, we have it like that. Click finish again to finish everything off, because we just need to create this one for now. So what I'm gonna do now is go to level 1 again and go to insert. Let's add in the fridge. So It's go to main menu. It's under specialty equipment again, domestic, and then mid-range. We have some fridge here. So I'm gonna use this. Click open and then CM to add. Let's add it here. Press escape, click it again, and here what we could do is click edit type so that we can uncheck the show label. Apply and then OK. And then we could just move it a little bit there. Some things that we could also add. We can add in so it's not here. It's actually on high end. We have some combos right here for the oven. So oven built-in double. So let's use this. Open and then CM and we could add it right here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move this. So I'm just gonna put it here for now. So here I'm gonna move this right about here. The oven will be right here. Edit type again to uncheck to show label. I'm gonna move it same face of this so that we could create. You can use align so that we're sure that this is all aligned together. And then now we could just move this one like that. We're moving this so that we could create something right here, which is it's cased. So we can move it like that. And then we want to make sure that this is aligned. So let's align them all together like so. And then now what we're going to do is we're going to double click section. We are going to add in the case for this and we're going to put this one a bit at the top. What we could do is we could align this on the top of this. So now let's add in another model in place extrusion. So this will be another generic model. And extrusion, we need to pick a plane. We're gonna choose this wall as our plane. And then we need to change the material. I'm gonna use something right here. And let's use plaster for now. Apply and then OK. And then let's add in the case. I'm gonna choose all the way at the top and then on the bottom we can move this one a bit here, and then after that I'm gonna use another rectangle to do this, and then another rectangle again to create a hole here. We want to make sure that everything is covered. And then now we just need to clean up and delete some of this. So now type in SL, that is split element, and then TR, that is trim and extend. Do this, and then now once we click here, everything will be there. Don't finish yet because we need to double check how it looks first. Let's go to level 1 to see how it looks. So here we could just move this one a bit far, like so. We're editing this because the start is just supposed to be at 0, and then we need to move it like that. I'm going to align it. Let's see if we can align it from this wall, or we need to estimate it. Here, we need to move this one at the back here. Click finish now, and then just move this one by using your arrow key. Let's look at it at 3D, and it looks nice the way it looks. So these are the built-in. What we can also do is we can add in an L shape here. So that's something that we could do later on if we don't have enough space. But I'm just adding a sink here, and then we're also adding an island. So I think it's more than enough for the space. So that's something that we're gonna do later on. We could also add in the sink right now so that we don't need to think about that later. So here, let's go back to level 1, and then let's go insert, load family, go back again to the main, and then go to plumbing, architecture, fixtures, and then sink, and then we need some kitchen sink. Let's use this, and then CM to add, and rotate is spacebar. This one we need to elevate it to 900, 925. It's not showing yet because we need to put it 935. Let's see and double check through our section. It's actually too much height. We can pull it down from our arrow key or align it through here. There we go. So now it's perfect. We just need to create a void. So let's go back here. We need to create a void. So the reason that we created the base and the top at the same time, so that we just need to do this once. So edit. So we selected that, we edit that, and then now we're gonna create a void extrusion from that. So level 1, click here, and then we just need to create this extrusion right here. After that, we need to make this a 0, and then click finish, go to 3D, this one is showing now, and then cut geometry. Okay, and then click finish, and as you can see, it's being shown now. So that means we did it perfectly. So let's do the um, doors here. So what we could do is go to level 1 and then go here on our section, double click here, press escape, double click back here, and then we need to create the doors here. So what we could do is click model in place again, generic model, and now another extrusion. We're gonna pick a plane, which is, we could set it again, which is, you need to type, click on tab so that it circulate, and then there we could select the face of this extrusion, and then click back the extrusion, change the material. We want it to be wood as well, or we could use the same wood as the case, so which is ash. So what we could do is we could just find ash, press OK, and then here we need our extrusion to be around 25 only. Click apply, and then what I usually do is I'll create this, and then after that I'm gonna use my arrow key to just nudge it to give some space, and then nudge it the back here, and then nudge it at the top. What I forgot to do is another void for our kick plate, so that's why I'm gonna leave this room here. So I'll make it 100 for the kick plate, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do finish this and then create the kick plate for the case. It will be another void. So let's finish this first, and then let's finish the other one after. So rectangle. Most of the time I'll put it in the middle, and then the gap will be around 10 inch, 10 millimeter, sorry. And then undo that. I will usually select everything and then just eyeball it. Click on copy, and then I'm gonna copy this on this side. So we could use this 400, 400 here as well, and then just one in the middle here. Select the lights at the top, those small ones, and then here I'm gonna nudge it a little bit at the top as well to give it some room. And then now type in SL, that's split element. We need to split element all of this. After that, TR, trim and extend. So just be patient. And there we go. We finish everything, and then now we can click finish. Click finish again, and let's look at it at 3D. And then here we can extend this more like that. And then before we finish, I'm just gonna select this, edit type, and then let's add in or create the void extrusion. We need to set this. I'm gonna pick the plane, which is this one, and then click finish, or do this. Sorry, we need to pick the plane on the side. So click set again, pick a plane, and then let's use this wall right here. After that, click your rectangle, and it will be like that. Remember, we did a 100 here. Maybe 70 is good enough, and we could just pull this back something around 50. It's good. Click finish, and then extend this all the way to the end, and then click cut geometry, and then it will be cut, and then click finish. And there we go. We have our kick plate there. So let's continue this on the next video. Thank you for watching, and I hope you liked the video. Please hit like and subscribe. Feel free to comment down below.